What's going on, everybody? It's my Polar Bear. Thank you all so much for checking out another video. And what I got for you today is how to turn off skill-based matchmaking without a VPN. Now, before I get into this one is going to probably be a little bit longer than what I'd usually do, so I will put timestamps in the description just in case you want to skip past any of the other parts, because I'm going to explain how the skill-based matchmaking works, how the EOMM, the engagement optimization matchmaking, works, and we're going to cover that in full. So if there's a certain part you just kind of want to get to, then I'll link it in the description. And also as well, it is a session join method, so I don't want to hear I waited for this long just to hear this. There is far more to it than that. How to do it properly, I'm going to explain everything, so it's probably just worth entertaining me on this one. So firstly, how does skill-based matchmaking actually work, and why do my lobbies always feel so sweaty? So Call of Duty has been tracking you since Modern Warfare 3 back in 2011, probably even before that. It knows you, it knows how many players you've killed, it knows how many times you've died, it knows how many times you've thrown a grenade, it's hit a wall and it's smacked you back in the face and gone, you know, it just knows. It knows what type of player you are, it knows what time of day you play, it knows how you play, it knows your style, it knows everything about you as a player. Don't believe me? Want to say that that's absolute cack? Fine. Say it's only been tracking you since Modern Warfare 2019 when all the crossplay integration came into play. But then how would that explain how good the algorithm was in that game too? So now with this information, what it does, it puts you into a group. Now, your hidden MMR, EOMM, whatever, it's all hidden. So you can't actually see if you're getting better, getting worse, whatever. It's all hidden away, it's all hush, put away, so you can't actually see it, which is a large part of the frustration anyway. So the best way I can explain it is to use the Overwatch method and put it into how it's ranked there. So you're going to have like your bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, master, grandmaster. Now before I go any further, pop me a comment telling me what you think the average kill death ratio is in Call of Duty. The average player, the bog standard, middle of the road player, you know, the average kind of guy. Put it in the comments section, I'll give you a second. Also, let me know what group you think that they're going to be in as well. What tier? You done it yet? Cool, you're wrong. It's not one, and it's not silver/gold. It's not. The average KD is 0.7, and if you think that that 1 KD is good, that's actually going to put you in the top 25% of players in the world, and it's actually going to put you more in diamond and master. So once you realize that is a thing, then it starts to make a lot more sense, because it actually puts you higher than where you probably should be, and that's why all the lobbies feel like they're really, really sweaty and that they're out to get you. The best way I can set this up to be a visualizer is that you put every Call of Duty player in a long line, right? Every single one, where you're all shouting insults at each other. But you put everyone in a single file line, and then as soon as you start searching for a game, the light comes on, and therefore then you closest to you in that line in terms of skill is then all beamed up into the game. They are going to then balance the team accordingly to make that as even as possible. Because as far as the algorithm goes, as far as say a TDM game, for example, it wants everybody to go evens. It wants it to be 74-75 and everyone having a close game. That's when the algorithm thinks that it's working, because the thing is, as COD players, we're actually very selfish. We're the main characters in this game that we play. That's how we think. You know, I want to get the kills. I want to get the kill streaks. I want to get the objectives. Forget the 11 other people in the lobby. I want to have a good game. I want to have a decent experience. But it wants everybody to have a decent experience. Not necessarily a good one, but a decent one. Okay, so this is where EOMM comes in, or engagement optimization matchmaking, which honestly is a term that makes my skin crawl. Now, at the beginning of your session, it is going to put you in your respective lobby based on your skill. Now, again, put you back into this realization of you being in a line and boom, 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 boom. And so, say you've had a bad game, the algorithm at first isn't going to do anything. Say you have another bad game. Now, what we consider a bad game, i.e. like a 24 for 17 TDM or whatever, the algorithm doesn't think that's a bad game. I actually think that's a considerably good game. So by bad game, I mean you got to get your ass kicked, like 2 and 20, for like 3, 4, 5 games. And then the algorithm is going to start to lower you in your ranking. It's going to start lowering you in your division. It's going to take like a football table. Say you lose games and you start slipping down the table. And with that, as soon as you win, it is then going to kind of shoot you straight back up. And as soon as you have what it considers, not what you consider, what it considers a good game, it is going to bring you straight back up. And it's kind of going to bring you down to like put you against lower players in your group to kind of give you that bit of a confidence boost just to keep you playing. And then it is going to start rinse and repeating. So that's why reverse boosting, it is and it isn't an option, especially when you're on an established account, because it's honestly going to take months before the algorithm actually starts to relegate you through the tiers, because it doesn't want to lower you. It doesn't want to boot you, say you're in diamond, even though you don't think you should be in diamond. It doesn't want to like drop you into platinum, then drop you into gold. It doesn't want to do that. It wants you to be where you are. It's a sticking plaster. If you're going to reverse boost, I will do a guide on how to do it properly. And yeah, it's the only solo way of doing it realistically, and it's the only cheap way of doing it. But if you don't do it properly, it's only going to be a temporary measure, especially on an established account. So to get to the meat of this, how do we actually turn off skill-based matchmaking and get consistently decent lobbies, then consistently good lobbies, then consistently very good lobbies? Now, before we go into this, if anyone hates on this method or the whole get good horse cankers, when you've been a Call of Duty player for years, you've already taken enough kickings, alright? You've learned your trade, alright? You know, in no other walk of life would an inexperienced player or in a firm or a job or whatever be mollycoddled this much and be protected this much. You know, like, it's only in Call of Duty where I kind of feel like the least experienced you are, the more protected you are, and they are really scared to just let you out into the big wide world. And it's kind of like when my lad started playing, he generally joined my lobbies and he got kicked, and it was pretty brutal, to be fair, as well, but he learned a lot more for it, and therefore now he's really coming on as a player. And my kind of the whole point of this, the victims can always leave the game, alright? They can always leave. And it's only one game they're getting their ass kicked. We have been put up against this shit for years, quite frankly. And therefore, it is what it is, man. Do you think it's fair that you just beat up on new players? Again, we've been doing this for a long time. We've been up against this crap for a long time now. And they're only going to be in it for one game. And they can always leave. So, right, to get the decent lobbies, there are two ways of doing it. You either get a friend that's crap, and you just join their game and have them search for a lobby. But then, say how the matchmaking works, if you just like join them in the first place, and say they've got a 0.6 KD, you've got a 1.4 KD, it's going to bring you to an average level of a 1 KD lobby, which is still going to be like a platinum diamond level lobby anyway. So it's going to be easier for you. It's going to be a lot harder for them, so therefore it could make them a worse experience than what it should be, unless they really don't care, in which case crack on. But this is where the whole effort and expense comes in, and as far as Call of Duty players like to go, this is the part where they fall down, because anything that requires doing a bit of effort or a bit of extra expense, I mean, should you have to do it? No, you shouldn't, but this algorithm's in place and there's nothing we can do about it, so we can just find ways of getting around it. So to get a decent lobby, you just need to make yourself a bot account and get it smashed. Now for this, you do need 2 consoles, or a PC and a console, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever it is. Alright, it's easy for me because, like I say, I've got kids who play and spouses who play and stuff like that, so it's no big deal. And then what you need to do is get this bot account and just smash the stats. I mean, just be crap. Honestly, like, the best way of doing it is just like do no scope challenges. When you have that account, like as soon as you walk in them lobbies, you'll see straight away how much easier it is. And just shoot your gun off in the air, shoot round people, make it look like you're trying, make it look like you're really bad. Because if you just go in there and kill yourself, the algorithm's kind of going to know something's up. So if you like are attempting to kill people, then the algorithm thinks, gee whiz, like this guy's got no thumbs. And then it's just going to put you like, no, not even like bronze, is going to go copper, then like cardboard. You know, and so that's kind of where you want it to be. And then when you've got that to a point, do about 10-20 games. I know it can be a ball ache, but then have it look for a lobby on its own, right? So then as soon as it finds a lobby, that's when you immediately join. All right, so like generally, if you've got like an Xbox and a PlayStation, just have your main account hovering over the join party, and then as soon as it boots in and finds that lobby and it starts to fill up, just join straight away. This does come with a little bit of a trial and error, because sometimes that bot is the last one to join, sometimes it joins a game in progress, and if that does happen, don't just think, oh, it's cool, I'll wait till the end and then we'll search again together, because then what it's going to do is it's just going to bring you back to the middle again, and you're not really going to get the result that you want. Maybe that is the result that you want, I don't know. But if you want to do it properly and you really want to get these better lobbies, then you kind of got to wait for it to kind of get going. It takes a couple of attempts to get it right, but when it does, trust me, you'll feel the difference and you're going to have a lot more fun. But like I say, don't let it auto search again. It'll just find the halfway point and you won't get the results that you're necessarily looking for. Now, to make this a very easy, foolproof way of doing it, and I know because I've tested it, and it's easy for me to say it because, like I said, I've got kids whose spouses who play the game. Like, I've already got like 3 PS5s in my house and a couple of Xbox Series X's. So, literally, we just whack on a game share and crack on. So, if you have 2 bot accounts, then what you're going to want to do is smash the crap out of both of them and then have both of them search for a lobby. Now, when that lobby loads up and you go to the loading screen to start loading into the game, that's when you join the party leader. Join the party leader, don't join the other one. And then once you kind of get to the picking your loadout thing, pick your loadout on the bot account who's the joined account, and then back that account out. Then pretty much as soon as the game starts, you're going to be loading in, because that bot was holding your space because you were kind of waiting to join at the point of the game was loading. So you're like next in line as soon as somebody leaves. Now, if you've got a bot account that's already leaving for you, you're going to go in and take that spot. And then, depending on how much you trash them stats and how bad you play on both accounts to get to that point, the lobby's going to literally be whatever you want them to be. If you want to completely destroy people, then trash the stats on both and do whatever you want to do. You know, it's, you make of it whatever you want to make of it, because then the game's yours again. You know, it's easy for me to say because I've already got multiple copies of the game anyway, because I've got kids who play and we just stick on a game share and do it that way. And then you make the lobbies whatever you want them to be. Because things with this, you know, use your enemy's strongest weapon against it. The system is designed to manipulate players into buying skins, keeping retention high, and if it wasn't working, they wouldn't keep it in place. Is Call of Duty vets, I kind of feel like we've been kicked enough, and doesn't matter how loyal we are as dogs, if you kick that dog enough times, it's going to bite back. And now we got the taste for blood. And does this method get you banned? No. Does it bollocks? I'll do a video in the coming weeks to kind of explain how with great power comes great responsibility and how to treat this. And we'll talk about that more in the future. But I wanted to get this in before Christmas because Christmas noobs are coming. And if you want to smash them, Merry Christmas.